Hey Vic, greetings from Beijing. Great to see you on the air, even though not in person. And first of all, I'd like to give you my congratulations to you on your winning the WTA Best Comeback Award. Given the past year, 3 finals appearances, and also that will include the Cincinnati title and also the U.S. Open run-up position and so forth, not to mention finishing within the top 20. Did it come as a surprise to you, or did it really come as a pleasant surprise, or does it really come as sort of like something as you expected?
I wouldn't say that it comes as a surprise to me because I feel like I have a lot of confidence in my ability of what I do and what I can achieve and my level. But obviously, I don't take these results for granted and expect something where last couple of years were a bit challenging for me on many levels. So I wouldn't say that I expect those results. I would say that I know if I play well and if I'm healthy, I can achieve good results.
May I remind you, there are a few mother players right now on the tour, including Serena Williams. Of course, you are in the on the list there as well. Are you trying to send a strong message to a lot of the female players to say, hey, I could be a role model as such. You could be a mother. You could also be a strong and successful player at the same time.
Well, I feel like that message, first of all, has been a bit, broken already once I kind of started my comeback when my son was just born,
Right.
as well as when Serena came back. I felt that the stereotype of women having a child and being able to, come back in tennis or in any other field of career. I feel that was a strong message sent that at that time, and now I feel like the message has uh, to be not shifted but opened a bit more. To me, it feels a bit silly to put people just in boxes of what they are, because a lot of people are much more than just a tennis player or just a mom, and my message is that you can do it all.
But Vika, in practicality, the toughness of traveling and competing throughout a season and so forth, with or without your son being around, that is really very, very challenging. How do you grapple with this kind of logistic issues, if you will?
Well, it's definitely not easy, but at the same time, I feel actually privileged that I have that opportunity to have my son with me when I work. And traveling, it's a bit sometimes challenging, but at the same time I feel like for my son it's an amazing opportunity to travel the world and see other cultures and experience other cultures, other different parts of the world. I think those experiences you cannot learn in school. You cannot get them anywhere else except living through them. So I do take that more as a privilege rather than a challenge.
But Vika, really, as an older player, I use the word older here, are you seeing some of the challenges posed by the younger generation, for example, Naomi Osaka and also Iga Swiatek and so forth? How do you view this kind of challenges now?
I feel like I'm in the best position in my career now, having those experiences and living through certain things where I know how to handle myself better. When, for example, when I was younger, I was just learning and kind of stepping on my mistakes and then going through them. So I think you can look at it from both ways. In terms of young players, I think they're bringing a lot more physicality, which part of what we kind of started with our generation and a generation a little bit before us. I wouldn't say much more, but that physicality of people being um, a lot more powerful, faster, balls are stronger, the courts are obviously equipment and everything. So that is something that I feel like you always have to be aware of elevating your level.
Right.
But in terms of just young players, as I said, I think you can look for it from different perspective. But what is exciting for me is to see fresh faces and like big personalities coming in tour, because that's what makes it exciting for
Absolutely.
spectators
Yeah.
and as well for players, because I always feel like when I have competition, when somebody's, you know, pushing the limits, that's what makes me want to push even more. So I appreciate that type of competition.
Totally. Looking ahead, as I mentioned, are you confident enough to say you will be able to crack the top 10 market again, or are you going even further back to your familiar spot, like former #1 spot right there? So how do you view your recovering process in the new year?
I don't necessarily focus myself on, you know, those type of things, because I know my abilities and I know where I can get. So I don't put a specific result goal, because I feel sometimes it's a bit out of your, you know, out of your control. I always make goals of how I can improve myself. I think the most important also, especially this year and next year, is to be healthy and kind of going further down with my career. But in terms of cracking the top 10, I think it's more of an outside view for people, for fans and stuff. For me, it's important to win titles, and that's what I'm always looking for. You know, to play big events, to win big events. Those are always been my goals. And I know when, if I can achieve that, the ranking and stuff will take care of itself. I never look at the ranking. I haven't done it since I'm 17 years old. So that's not my objective.
Sure. Talking about the title, everything, you know that you actually are a former China Open champion, and we miss you very much in Beijing specifically. If the pandemic situation is under control, would you intend to return to Beijing, to Asia, for example, in the next season? And also, yeah, a few words perhaps to the audience will be just great.
I had a lot of great time, and obviously winning in 2012 was extremely special for me. It was a great year. I would love to come back to play in Beijing. I just hope that all this pandemic is you know, finally is going to be over and under control, and we can kind of return to normal or new normal, whatever it means. But obviously, I would love to be able to come and play there again.
Once again, our heartfelt thanks to you for your time, and best of all wishes to you in the year of 2021. Peace.
Thank you so much.